The vitamin bottle you take every morning may not contain what you think it does. The vitamin bottle sitting in your medicine cabinet may not be harmless, and it may not be nearly as effective as you've been led to believe. In the video 5 vitamin brands you should avoid, and 2 that are actually worth using, we break down the stories behind familiar labels, where trust, advertising, and science don't always align. There are clues that may leave you asking yourself, is what I'm taking every day actually helping my body, or just helping someone else make money? And be sure to watch until the end, because I'll reveal 2 brands that doctors and nutrition experts genuinely recommend. 1. Centrum. Centrum was once a legend, America's go-to vitamin. Found in hospitals, nursing homes, and the kitchens of millions of American families. 1 pill a day, and you were promised you had everything your body needs. It sounds incredibly convenient, and that convenience is exactly the problem. When you dig into publicly available analyses, the truth is cold and unromantic. Most of the minerals in Centrum are in oxide and carbonate forms. Cheap, stable, but poorly absorbed by the body. The label shows full dosages. Biology does not. On paper, it looks perfect. In the bloodstream, there's often very little to show for it. There's no explosive scandal, no federal penalties, just a quiet process of industrial optimization, cutting costs, extending shelf life, prioritizing supermarket placement over bioavailability. Centrum doesn't poison you, but it represents a hard truth to swallow. When science takes a back seat to scale, consumers pay the price in effectiveness. 2. Balance of nature. Balance of nature doesn't sell vitamins, they sell family trust. For more than 15 years, the brand wrapped itself in imagery of fresh fruits and vegetables, gentle parents, healthy grandparents. Real produce in a capsule. High prices, heavy advertising, targeting seniors directly, preying on fears of illness and aging, and on the desire to live longer for their children and grandchildren. Then in 2023, the story came to an abrupt end. The U.S. Department of Justice and the FDA issued a permanent ban. No warnings, no chance to fix things. Total shutdown. Investigations revealed unsanitary manufacturing facilities, products that didn't match their ingredient claims, and disease treatment promises backed by zero clinical evidence. Scientifically, it was even worse. The fruits and vegetables were dehydrated and pulverized, leaving most vitamins almost completely oxidized. No absorption studies, no independent testing, no data protecting consumers. This isn't an academic debate. This is a full legal collapse of a brand that traded truth for trust. 3. Prevagen. Prevagen survives by tapping into a primal fear among Americans. The fear of aging. The fear of forgetting the names of loved ones. Forgetting your keys. Forgetting yourself. And they wrap that fear in a glossy promise about memory, built around an ingredient that sounds strange. A protein extracted from jellyfish. The problem is that laboratories don't believe in hope. The only clinical study Prevagen has ever published delivered a cold, hard result. No improvement on any memory test. Not a little, not vaguely. None at all. A perfectly round 0. The issue is that once those promises are brought into the lab, everything collapses. The only clinical trial the company ever conducted produced a blunt conclusion. It did not improve any memory test, not a small effect, not strong enough, but an absolute 0. In 2024, a federal court ordered Prevagen to remove all claims about memory improvement. Biologically, this is not surprising. Proteins, whether they come from jellyfish or beef, are broken down by stomach acid. There is no physiological pathway that allows an intact protein to travel from the gut to the brain the way the advertising suggests. In short, Prevagen doesn't sell a solution for memory. It sells delay, while the time that should be spent on early detection and intervention is quietly wasted. When memory is turned into a product, the price you pay is time you can never get back. But don't be too quick to think this is an isolated case. Because if one brand sells the fear of aging, the next one sells a sense of collective safety. Something an entire society once believed was real, simply because it fizzed in a glass of water. 4. Airborne. Airborne was once America's seasonal good luck charm during flu season. Bright orange effervescent tubes sat on teachers' desks, inside airport carry-ons, and on office shelves. Just drop it into water, watch it fizz, drink it down, and people believed they had raised an invisible shield against viruses. Then in 2008, the bubble burst. The FTC fined Airborne $30 million for disease prevention claims that had no scientific evidence behind them. A penalty heavy enough to expose the truth. That collective belief had been built on advertising, not data. After the fine, Airborne didn't disappear. It changed, quietly and for the worse. Zinc was reduced while additives increased to preserve the easy-to-drink taste and the visually pleasing fizz. Internal documents revealed a clear priority. The fizzing sensation and flavor were valued more than biological effectiveness. Airborne survived on marketing, but quietly deteriorated within its own formula. 5. Ollie is the poster child of the display wellness era. Pastel vitamin bottles, sparkling gummies, sweet fruity flavors. Everything is designed to look healthy before it actually is healthy. Aesthetics come before science. Emotion comes before data. By 2024, the glossy coating began to crack. Ollie was sued over label inaccuracies. Those attractive numbers on the packaging didn't reflect what consumers were actually ingesting. Ingredient analyses showed that sugar, flavorings, and food dyes made up a significant portion, while the actual vitamin content was far lower than the amount of sugar consumed per serving. You're taking vitamins, but in reality, you're eating candy with a health label. The strategy targets children and parents alike. Easy to chew, easy to swallow, easy to trust. That trust quickly turns into a crisis when the data starts speaking. This is not nutritional innovation. This is candy legalized by the word vitamin. After a long list of brands collapsed under the weight of marketing hype, compromises, and hollow data, the question is no longer who got it wrong, but is anyone still doing it right? The good news is, yes, there are. Not many, not loud, but they exist, and they choose the harder path, respecting science instead of manipulating trust. 1. Nature Made doesn't tell a grand story, doesn't promise miracles, and doesn't prey on fear. Their vitamin bottles are plain, almost anonymous on the store shelf, and that's exactly what sets them apart. Nature Made's foundation is USP certification, one of the rare independent standards in the supplement industry. USP doesn't care about flashy labels or clever marketing. They ask only 2 questions. Is the ingredient correct, and is the dosage accurate? Production batches are tested to ensure the tablets dissolve as intended. The active ingredients meet specifications, and there is no contamination. This is verified purity, not blind trust. Taking Nature Made doesn't taste like candy, and there's no showy fizz. Just a clean, neutral feeling, like a glass of cool filtered water in the morning. The price-to-effectiveness balance is solid, good enough for long-term use, honest enough that it doesn't need loud advertising. In the contrast between natural and industrial, Nature Made represents a minimum standard, but a reliable one. It doesn't offer salvation through promises, but through data, and sometimes that's enough to restore trust. 2. Thorn. If Nature Made represents an honest mainstream standard, then Thorn is where science is taken one level higher, quietly, with discipline, and without the need for spectacle. No flashy branding, no mass market appeal. Thorn almost seems to avoid the spotlight altogether. Minimalist bottles, small text, no emotional storytelling. They let the data speak for itself. Thorn holds NSF Certified for Sport, one of the most stringent certifications available, requiring every single production batch to be tested for purity, dosage accuracy, and contamination risk. Their process operates at pharmaceutical standards, where error is not tolerated as a cost of doing business. That's why Thorn shows up in places that are less noisy but carry far more responsibility. Hospitals, professional sports teams, functional medicine programs, spaces where the human body is not a testing ground for marketing. When you open the bottle, there's no artificial scent, no sweetened lure. After everything that's been exposed, the message is clear. Not every bottle of vitamins deserves your trust. Some brands trade science for scale, aesthetics, and advertising. But there are still names that choose data, transparency, and responsibility. The question for you is simple. The vitamin you take every morning, does it belong to marketing or to science? Take another look at your medicine cabinet. Read the label, look for certifications. Make decisions with reason, not imagery. If this investigation helped you see things more clearly, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it so more Americans don't continue placing their health in the hands of empty promises. We'll be back to keep uncovering what the food industry doesn't want you to know.